My team won a second game. It's incredible. It really is. It's really hard to believe. It's really something else. I never thought I would be able to root for a team that could win 2 games. It's a big deal for me, you know? Destiny Cloud build. Nice. That's a great answer. It's a great answer. Destiny Cloud build is a fantastic one. What's my watch battery at? I haven't charged it in a few days. Alright, 12%. Alright, we'll see. We'll see. Katie sent me a sweet text. Alright, let's see how long 12% holds up. Let's find out. And it should just work, so that ideally should just work. Perfect. Yo, Rezzy, yo, what's up, everybody? What's up? Random, I am feeling lucky. It's like I'm doing a 2013 Google search. I'm feeling lucky used to mean something for that page, though, you know. Do a little Monday night SC2. Katie's off to do closing shift. So you guys are stuck with me. You guys are stuck with Dad today. You're gonna help me fix the fence, all right? No matter how miserable you are, I'm just gonna have to stand there and learn to hate me really, really deeply. Is that acceptable? Is that okay? Oh my gosh, my teammate just instantly bailed on me? That's nuts. I don't know if I can do this one on my own. I mean, it is Stukov. If anything, if there's any commander I could do it with, probably him. Probably him. Actually, yeah, Stukov is pretty playable even if I don't have access to him normally, right? Yo, Beer Truck, yo. You guys can tell by the heart rate monitor how anxious I was to boot up my stream today. I always get anxious after a few days off. Which commander am I? Raynor? Okay. This actually could work out really nicely for us then. No tech requirements. I can go straight to battle cruisers. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, I like that a lot. And there's no barracks requirement for the orbital. There's no barracks requirement for the orbital when you're playing as Raynor, which is nice. I took like the most sick midday nap too. Oh, I can't use his infest. That's what I can't do. I can't use the infest. Oh, it's fatal attraction as well. Oh, that's great. Yeah, no, this will be impossible. This will be a right proper dumpster fire. I guess for him, maybe I do want to end up just using the mineral dump. Since I have combined resources for both of us, what I might do is build the infested bunkers, right? Just make a lot of bunkers. But obviously I have access to the mules, so I don't really have the same risk. Big BC and mini BC. That's right, baby. That's right. Oh. Well, at least the laser will be guided towards units, which means they'll kind of automatically go the wrong way.
Enemy forces are moving toward our base.
I must ask another favor of you, friends.
Yeah, that's not happening.
To evacuate the people of the city. The ship leaves soon, and it could use any defenses you have to spare.
I mean, the upside is that you essentially start the game with, like, the 2-base economy, you know? Like, that's kind of a big deal. What is he? Infested bunkers. Oh, the bunkers spawn units even faster. Okay, yeah. We're going to want to invest into the infested Terran guys that he could be making. See, there you go. I got you. I got the objective. I can protect this house. Oh my gosh, I cannot protect this house. My battlecruisers are all dying. Cannot protect the house. Nope. The house is in danger. The house is in danger. We're gonna lose the house. We're gonna lose the house. We're gonna lose the house. This is it.
Enemies headed for our base.
Oh my god, I think I'm still in a Discord call with my wife. I think we forgot to exit our call after our game earlier. That's funny. Her computer's right next to me. There's nobody there, but I was coming through. I was coming through her microphone on my ears. It's pretty funny. That does happen sometimes. That's how you guys hear all the crazy unhinged stuff I say before the stream starts when I think no one can hear me. He needs 200 gas to do that, but he's lost so much. There's really no reason for me to use him to expand, though, since I might as well send him in to support the zombies. Trying to get the Hyperion over because I want that to be the one fighting. I don't want the regular battlecruisers to die. Oh. See. Oh, thank God. Those zombies, man. His zombies are good. The zombies are good. They're strong. Oh no. They were not all on cooldown, it turns out. Can they even get away? I can't stop them from shooting because they're battle cruisers. Just send the rest in, right? Just send the rest in as soon as I can. That's the only move here. Perfect. Get our first infested bunker. Hey man, nice cap. Yo Dan, yo. What's up everybody? How's it going?
We got some visitors heading for our base. They don't look too friendly.
I'm like, I don't think there's that much left to do. I just need to get my next base. That's what's really important here. And you guys need to repair all my guys actually too. Sorry, that's part of the deal. Did I make a barracks? No, I probably need some medics, if I'm being honest. He's like trying to cast his Yamato, but he can't. Somehow my battle cruisers get stacked on 1x with his dudes. No. No, those are like all my SCVs, dude. Just because that's the hardest part about when they actually get to attack the base. All the workers just get ripped out of your base, and it's very, very, very annoying. I'm not upset about it at all. You can tell. You can tell by the way. You can tell because of the way that it is. You can tell. Clearly not mad. Clearly not malding. Clearly not coping. I'm not coping. I'm not young coping. I'm not any variety as such. Nope, sirree, not me. Sure as heckarino. Not Nathan. Oh, this old thing? Yeah, I know. We gotta do the objective. Yep, nope, I don't know why I thought I would be allowed to actually use my Yamato there. Don't know why I thought that was ever an option. Just teleport out the weak ones one at a time, I guess, is the only maneuver. Since I do have the rapid fire for T, it's actually not too tough, actually, to... I just hold it down, basically. Yo, Brandon, what's up? Yeah, I'm like, just ignore it, man. Just ignore everything. Just kill him. Oh, shit. Yeah, see, that's not good. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're so cooked. What could we possibly do here? I guess there's only so much anti-air. Oh, that was brutal though. Yeah, I mean his hybrid guy casts Size Storm, so that's that's a problem. It's a problem for us. It really is. It really is. They've got some. Yeah. Wow. What a fun experience this is. I'm absolutely not getting my ass handed to me. Nope. No siree. This isn't what 20 Baja Blasts at 3 a.m. feels like. No. Nope. Not me. I have no idea. I don't recall. Just keep pushing. Okay. Oh, actually, it's ready for another wave, so just spawn the wave. All right, go. Oh, this is such a mess. If only I could call down the Alexander, like I just don't really have, I don't have access to his top bar abilities. I just get his money and his control over his units and supply and production and all that. Just trying to keep the compound moving forward at all times. Ideally, if the infested Terrans were enough on their own to keep him away from my base, it would make life a lot easier. But this is like the situation that we're stuck in. Is I can't even get off of Yamato here. Yeah, and he's actually gonna kill him. He's gonna kill my Giga battle cruiser guy, so that's an even bigger problem. I've got to take out the next objective, so I really don't have time for this. And he's absolutely obliterating me because my Yamatos keep getting canceled. They pulls me into the laser. See, this is actually just fucked up. It's legitimately. Oh my god. You know what? I tried. I tried to do it by myself, guys. I tried. My teammate abandoned me. My teammate abandoned me. That was tough. He told me he'd pick me up for prom at 8 p.m. and then it was 8:30 and my dad was like, "Do you want me to take you?" And I was like, "No, he'll come. He'll be here. The last thing Tommy would do is stand me up on prom night, right?" And there I was. He stood me up. Very sad tale. Very tragic. Apparently there's a new season, so I didn't see the maps or anything change. Do people still observe new seasons? Is that a thing? I just don't know if I'm there yet. Nathan had an afternoon coffee today. We slept in. We got up. I got up. And got a couple chores done. I ended up taking like an hour and a half, 2-hour nap. Then just got up. Katie left for work. I hopped down, booted up the stream. I'm all jacked up on my pumpkin spice right now. I hope you guys are doing well. I got all amped up because my football team finally won another game. It's giving me hope, They're doing that thing that they do before they break you down and completely ruin your life. We're still in that phase. I think Monday Night Football starts in, it's like 6.5 minutes. Right on. One sec. Was doing some little yoga stretch breathing things there. Nathan likes to turn the camera off when he does his breathing exercises. What I really mean is I've got a full-time staff here that just completely whole giant, like 7-foot long bong, you know what I mean? Man, last stream was crazy though. Crazy. It's been good. It's been nice. It's been nice coming back and doing this stuff, I'll say that. Oh yeah, I gotta leave the call. Yeah, still in the call, okay. I'm surprised she didn't text me about it. Surprised she didn't send me a message to say we're still in there. She always thinks that's funny. That's why we turn the computers off sometimes when we're done earlier. But we think it's just kind of a chill day. Katie and I played some pretty sick games of League of Legends. I can't lie. Can't lie. Nathan also reinstalled Age of Empires 4. I've definitely got to get a little bit back into that. I asked ChatGPT what would be the highest engagement civilization to play if I wanted people to like my stream if I played Age of Empires 4, and it told me to play as the English and do a lot of archer builds. So that actually does kind of feel like what I think about when I think about Age of Empires. So just letting you guys all know what you have to look forward to. That does happen from time to time, you know, that's okay. As the ghoul from Fallout said on the TV show, you know, I do this shit for the love of the game. I thought that wasn't walled off. I legitimately thought that was not actually a wall even. So, cool. Nate, don't send all your Reapers across the map. If he makes more Lings, you're going to be in trouble. Trouble. You want to at least have some Hellions out before you go Ling hunting. It's just the right way to do it. Jets to win out. Dude, you know what? If you don't like me at my 2 and 7, you don't deserve me at my 10 and 7. I'm all in, guys. I'm all in. The only 2 games we won this year were the 2 games that Sauce didn't even play for us. Coincidence? I think not. Poof! How crazy is that? I can't believe I saved the Viking, actually. That's like probably the most cash money part of the whole thing. I don't have any add-ons on my factories, though. Like, if he actually was just making nothing but pure roach, I think I die right here. I'm definitely in about as greedy of a possible position as a man could be as far as the roaches go. Sounds like the Bills might be losing out, so the Jets are in good shape. Yeah. Well, you know, guys, I'm gonna just be real with you. I'm actually a pretty huge fan of Haley Steinfeld, and or Steinfeld, however you say it. I think that she's a really great voice actress, and you know, I don't really think I've actually seen her in that many movies. I wasn't super crazy about the Michael B. Jordan vampire film as a film in general. I just thought it was, you know, either it was meant to be intentionally campy ripoff of a Dusk Till Dawn, or they really overdid it. There's no in between. But she was great as Vi in League of Legends. She was in Arcane. But, you know, I'm just going to assume Josh Allen is a bit distracted these days. That's all. But she's top tier talent in the industry. She's top tier talent. I hate Josh Allen, but I'm a fan of his girlfriend. You know what I mean? That's all. She does great work. Josh Allen, on the other hand, is the #1 flopper. If you guys watch soccer, you know what it is. Nate, you gotta watch Welcome to Derry, bro. Dude, I won't lie. I'm pretty much watching it through TikToks now, and it's fascinating. Yeah, I just wait for people to post little highlight clips every morning at this point. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of do need to watch it. But yeah, it looks pretty fucking sick, dude. I have seen a lot. I've seen a pretty good amount of it by now, like quite a bit of the scenes of yeah. But if Katie walks into the room and like that supermarket scene is playing, you know, like she's just gonna be like, "What the fuck, man?" So I got to be careful. God, it's still some pretty intense stuff. Digesting it in a lower exposure format is how I've been getting through. Katie walks by and she's like, "Why the fuck is Pennywise on your phone?" She's like, "We don't watch that stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, but you know, this is." I really like how I didn't even realize that this shit was connected to The Shining, and I'm like all of a sudden somewhat invested because people just make these TikToks that are like 3-minute lore drops, and they just go like super deep into random characters' lore from the show, and I'm like, okay, this guy seems cool. So. But yeah. I've been seeing a bit of that. No, and I'm also talking to Katie. I think what we're gonna probably try to watch next is I think we'll try that Pluribus show. You know, SNL this weekend was like pretty mid. Pete Davidson did show up for a little bit. That was funny. Made some self-deprecating jokes as usual. My favorite thing is hearing about their ferry they bought. Can't say I'm a particularly big fan of Nikki Glaser, especially after watching. Definitely didn't really score any points with me, but is what it is. What else is going on lately? Did I tell you guys the Jets won? Did you guys hear about this? The New York Jets, yeah, that shitty team from New Jersey, they won. And I actually have something fun to say, because even if you don't care about football, this is something that has literally never happened before, okay? So listen up. It has literally never happened that a team got less than 165 total yards and won a game in the modern NFL. It has never happened. Since 1950, when they established the league, at no point did a football team ever win the game obtaining less than 160 offensive yards. Now, the first thing I'm gonna say is that the Jets did win, so we've done it. We're the only team that's ever accomplished this absurd feat. And perhaps even more importantly, you should also be aware that you should probably also be aware that yeah, actually 99% of our yards were Breece Hall just running the ball. So it's because we scored 2 touchdowns on we scored a touchdown on a punt return and a kick return. So it was just good, you know, it was that good. Oh no, my liberators aren't sieged up on these guys. Oh no. Oh no, tasteless. Oh no. No, we're good actually. I think everything is completely fine and we don't have anything to worry about. Look at this. I just need to get my Thors under the cover of the liberators. Corruptors really shouldn't be able to get this much purchase. And that's it. That's game. As we say in Smash Bros, game! I turned on the effect for that one. Yo, Harry, what's up, what's up? Yeah, so the New York Jets are officially the only NFL team in the entire history of the National Football League. They're literally the only NFL team since 1950 to win a game with less than 160 yards against a team that didn't turn the ball over. Mind you, again, Breece Hall rushed for 82 yards, and he had a 42-yard touchdown catch. So that's 120 yards for Breece Hall, and 20 yards split among everybody else on the team. Just 20 yards of our offense was for everybody else on the team. I could cry. I'm gonna cry. Is that okay? Is this a safe space for me to just cry for a little bit about? Oh. What a year, man. Let's go next. That was a fun little game, huh? No, Katie was sitting with me because she was opening at the brewery on Sunday. But we watched the first quarter together, and that was when it happened. So I was just sitting next to her, and we're like, they scored really quickly. And Katie and I are both just like, oh boy, here we go again. It's going to be another beatdown. And then Nwongo gets the ball at the goal line. He catches it like at the 1 yard line. And then he brings it all the way back. And we're both like, what the hell? We're both like, what the fuck? And then the next thing we know is like, boom. Then they punt it. And they punt it. Isaiah Williams or whatever brings it for like 74 yards back. I'm like, hey, we just scored 2 touchdowns in like 2 minutes right there. So we got all amped up. I did not end up streaming. Yesterday because the Jets actually played, and I'm not gonna say a good game of football because our offense outside of Breece Hall got 20 yards the whole game. So Breece Hall has a special place in my heart. He can do no wrong. He deserves everything, and I would throw my body on a grenade for him. I'd jump in front of a train for him. I'd do anything for him. And that's not just because I have as much debt as Bruno Mars. It's because I love Breece Hall. So that's my Monday night. How about you guys? I got the game up on the other screen. I'm just chilling. And it said that there was a new ladder season for StarCraft 2, but I'm just out here like, where's the new maps? I heard that the Team Liquid map contest voting and stuff was done, I think. So, I think they have the maps. They just gotta put them in the game. I'd actually like to take a second here and call myself out because you guys know how much I love to hate on the state of maps and the very compromising situation that map makers are in. Because they basically don't get paid to do all their work, so the only thing they can get is to be in the game, which means like they have to, it's like being a Hollywood, it's like working in Hollywood, just because you have the talent doesn't mean that you're actually allowed to make what you want, you know what I mean? Like these guys aren't really independent enough to be able to just do whatever they want and still get in the game, because none of them have like the fame or notoriety of like previous map makers. So I'd like to just say I was really impressed and really proud. One of the maps that they are going to end up putting in from the map contest is another 3-player map, and it's definitely one of the most interesting map designs for a 3-player map that I've ever seen, and it's giving a little bit of merry-go-round with the center congestion. So I just wanted to say that mothership map looks kind of nuts. Maybe I need to play a game versus a bot on it today and just get a vibe for it, but I wanted to express my appreciation for there being another map that's not 2 players. Not because it matters whether it's balanced or not, but because the game is 15 years old, and we should want it to be as interesting as possible. That's it. That's it. There's no reason for a 15-year-old game to be limiting its scope. Says Nathan. But you guys know I'm literally never wrong about anything ever, so makes it kind of easy, right? You just do whatever I say and there's no problem. He SCV scouted me. He didn't have anything immediately outside of my base. I don't think he would have like 2 racks here while he's doing that. I think we're safe. Safe as can be anyway. Instead of building the tech lab with barracks, I want to make additional Reapers. This way we're safe against like a follow-up of 1 or 2 Reapers. Sometimes that fast tech lab build I do, where I get into Cyclones to do the drop immediately. I feel like oftentimes I'm kind of being a little bit greedy, even though I am rushing that tech, just because the Cyclones themselves are so late relative to when Reapers can be in my base. Turns into a problem. Turns into a problem every once in a while. Yeah, the gas is a little bit off because of the Reapers, so this second Cyclone ends up being quite late. It doesn't time out with the medevac at all. We'll workshop it. Alright, GG, you got me. Sometimes you run into the other guy in the middle of the map and he's got 3 more units than you do. Did I watch the League World Finals? No, I did not. I did not. I heard T1. I heard T1 won because the Rakan main Reddit had people debating whether or not there would be a T1 Zaya, and people are already drawing mock-ups of it. You guys know my wife and I were big Rakan Zaya. They're the married couple characters in a league. They're some of our favorites. Katie mains Zaya. That's like her number one. It's the only thing she plays in Summoner's Rift and stuff like that. I wouldn't say that she's a one trick, but I would say that that's like her favorite for sure. She's pretty good with Quinn as well. She's quite good with Quinn and Zoe and Fiora. In case you guys needed to know what champs Katie plays. What's up, old man? Hi. Jail. I find being called a kid way more insulting than an old man. Old man at least makes me feel like I've achieved something by living long, you know? So I can handle that. My ego I can handle being called old. That doesn't scare me. A lot of people like to come in here and call me big guy as well. I like that too. People always used to say that about Jeff, so it makes me think about him. Yeah, so the Jets won. Then, I decided to treat Katie because somebody tipped like $188 on our last stream, which was like really crazy. And I've been like, I'm pretty tight. I'm really, really careful with the finances and stuff. And having literally anything more than what we've been used to is like kind of crazy. So I took her out for the first time in a little bit. We had I think it was only we managed to get a nice dinner and a couple beers for like $30. We got a good spot. Got to watch a bit of the football game. Some Steelers fans started crying because he apparently bet a bunch of money and Aaron got tackled for his safety, and some guy just like started just crying, and we were just laughing on the side, and we just had nice little Sunday night, to be honest. So that was pretty chill. Things definitely got a little rowdy though, so I certainly was not going to start the stream early today. That wasn't going to happen. But if it makes you guys feel better, I had a lot of fun, so yeah. We got your Nate fix from the ESL SC2 channel yesterday? Hell yeah. Nandayo. Gasp! The enemy users stand! It's time for the weekly fire truck meetup out in my backyard. But see, you guys think they don't, if that isn't a sign as well. It's not like they don't play back the Nathanias casts there either. There's a lot of hits. I always love when people hit me up about the ESL stream there. They still play a lot of the casts I've done on that stream. A lot of events over the years, man. I love sitting. I'm one of those guys that watches, that like just boots that shit up and just watches that in like the middle of the night, you know? I'm one of those dudes. Oh, all right. Well, we got 2 stalkers. That's pretty good. I think as long as we don't lose the evac, we're in a pretty nice spot. I mean, it's 2024 casts looped. Half for you. I don't know about that. That'd be pretty crazy. I didn't do that many events in 2024. We did have a couple good series for the little bit that I did, but I didn't get to cast any StarCraft this year. That was like a womp womp womp. I think this might actually be the first year. This is the first year I think there was nothing. But again, you know, I can't really complain. There's not much happening, so. Things are looking good. I don't see him really like with anything out on the map, so my expectation here is that maybe it's like, I don't know. I don't know if he has any observers anywhere. It's hard to tell at this point. He's pretty aggro in the chat already, so it's hard to tell. How about those Patriots? Yeah, I heard they're DTF. Can you confirm? We got a Patriots fan in the chat. Can you confirm whether they're DTF? Damn, look at that. GG. Well played. Tony Romo told me the Patriots are DTF. That's all I know. Hey, Keshi. Hope you're doing well. You guys got to understand, there's like a natural order to things, right? As a Jets fan, I already know Patriots fans will literally never have it as good as when they had Brady. So I don't like need to waste my energy hating on Patriots fans. Like, the rest of their lives will be punishment enough that they're going to have to live through so many non-Brady years before they die. Like, no one will ever achieve what Brady did. And if it happens again, it probably, you know, the odds of it being on the Patriots are pretty slim. So I already know the worst is yet to come for them. I don't have to worry about Patriots fans, okay? But as a Jets fan, it's very crab in the bucket situation over here. Because the Bills fans, you know, they were down in the mud with us for a long time. And the moment they poked their heads out, they forgot where they came from. It's a bit of a Jenny on the block situation. But imagine if Jenny's song was, I never was Jenny from the block. And you'd be like, whoa, what does that even mean? And that's kind of what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm kind of trying to say. The Buffalo Bills are like if Jenny left the block and then never mentioned the block again. So that's really all I have to say. As a Jets fan, I just want to be the crab in the bucket that can't climb out, so I've got to pull the Bills down, you know, because I can't get out. But Patriots fans, I've got great news for you. You are in the bucket with us, whether you realize it or not. I will say, though, I'm really happy you guys got rid of Mac Jones. He was a dirty player. I watched him kick like 5 people in the head on highlight videos in the last few seasons, and frankly speaking, you know, I never want to make anything personal, but I really had extra hatred for the Pats when Mac Jones was your quarterback, specifically because he appeared to be a huge piece of shit. So I just had to get that off my chest. My respect for you guys went up once he got shipped off. So. Oh, and did I mention babyface Josh Allen is a huge flopper? Yo, did you guys see Will McDonald had 4 sacks? That was pretty awesome. It was a great game to watch. Our offense was terrible, but our defense is actually played a fairly decent game. Obviously, the special teams won us the game. There's no denying that. So he's a proton. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful and dirty, dirty, rich, rich, bang, bang. Beautiful, dirty, rich. It's one of my favorite Lady Gaga songs. I'm supply block to the Shadow Realm. That Reaper, though, yeah, he got his value. He took a trip to Value Town. I wasn't going to clip that, but because you said that, I took a little clip of that, so thank you. If you guys ever want to, like, be my boss and you want to tell me to clip it, I do have a save, like, the last 45 seconds button. I just never press it because I get too fixated and hyper-focused and dissociated during the game. But I do read chat, so you guys can kind of, like, wake me up from my Freddy Krueger nightmare. I might have come off a little strong. Actually, can I tell you guys something? I was so scared. I was so scared because I saw something about like a new Predator thing, and I really was gonna cry because I thought that they were serializing Predator into a TV show as well, and I really was not ready for that. So I had to let you all know that I was thinking about that. Apparently, they made a new Predator movie, so that's good. That's very good. But yeah, I won't lie. It made me nervous at the idea that they would be making, you know, a Predator TV show, like how there's TV shows of literally everything now. So yeah, the only thing I heard about the movie was people complaining about how they obviously don't use practical effects anymore for like the Predator suit or something. I don't know. I saw some complaints about the quality of the Predator model or character, whatever. But aside from that, I didn't hear anything bad. Apparently it's a long movie. I'm not really into Predator. I'm not crazy about it. There is a mini-series. There is a mini-series? Okay, never mind. You know what? Me. Just me and just break my until it off, you know? That's how I feel now. Thank you, guys. I almost felt for a moment I was free from watching another popular IP get turned into a shitty TV show, but now, oh my god. We'll see. We'll see how the budget compares. We'll see how the budget compares to Welcome to Derry. There's still some time. Welcome to Derry appears to be the most serious attempt at actually making the world of the movie look slightly more interesting than just some sort of cash in. We'll see. We'll see. I did see that what's her face from SNL got like her face ripped off in the Chucky show. That was pretty cool. I follow her on TikTok. She posted it. Sarah Sherman. Obviously my favorite cast member because I'm a fucking psychopath, so. I know, I mute everything but the F-bomb. Is he gonna do Dark Templar? Because he's making me really feel like I need turrets. Is anybody else getting that vibe? People were complaining that the new Predator in the movie was small, but there's a reason for it. I see. Yeah, once I saw a clip of the Alien show where they were like, you know, petting an alien, like it wasn't gonna attack them, you know, that really killed my buzz. I don't know what direction they want to take that series in, but for me, it's always been about the aliens ripping the idiot humans apart and getting rid of that for any reason, really. You know, I don't really know that I need to have the anthropomorphized monsters from another dimension, reality, what have you. I'm not sure that's my bag. I like it. I like my contained plots. I don't care if it makes me basic. Oh yeah, he doesn't actually have an observer or anything, right? But not too far or you'll be drowned. Where the river meets the sea. We could probably get another factor here too here. Bro is really trying to kill me with like mass zealots though, huh? Like for real, dog. I'm like, man, this guy's stressing me out. He's trying to push that heart rate up. It's actually starting to come down now that I'm able to focus. Look at that. Yeah, build those cannons for me, big boy. Of course, my Cyclone is dead at the moment where I could actually do something about this. Oh my god. Oh, he proxy roboed me and has the base outside of mine. Oh my gosh. Oh, no, he's crazy. That is crazy, though. That's, like, legitimately unhinged. Oh, yeah, no, he's nuts. Damn. Oh, yeah, no, he's crazy. I didn't even realize he proxied me. That's funny. Let's go next. I had no idea he cheesed me like that. I thought he was just doing zealots off 2 bases. That makes a lot of sense now. All right, we got a Zerg player this game. Alien Earth was okay. Rainbow watched a little, pushing the whole transhumanism theme forward. Yeah, no, that's like the least interesting part of the Alien movies. The whole, oh, we're combining them into like one thing. Like, I don't. It was cooler when we didn't understand them and they were like a form of pure dark malevolence and just you had to just be genuinely terrified of them at all times. But I get it. You know, you gotta. If you can't make a movie, you know, you can't have a show like that because then either everybody has to die in every episode, or how do you get to the end of the season, you know? How do you find a way to make nothing happen? It's hard. It's hard. And then the It show is like, yeah, well, we've introduced many characters just to kill off, so enjoy. Yeah, there's an It show now. Yeah, exactly. There's very few things left. Every time I try to mention a franchise that I don't think's been serialized yet, I find out there is one. You know, they got the whole entire cast of Scott Pilgrim versus the World to come back to voice the anime that they did with Netflix. How did they not turn that? How did they not get all those people back to just redo the entire plot over 10 episodes so they could try to match the books more closely? You know, of all the things I need to see remade. Probably best to leave it, huh? Probably best to leave it. Well, his pool's already done. He's got a decent amount of stuff going. That hatchery definitely felt late with when my SCV left his base. Hard to be sure what's going on there. Yeah, this isn't one of those maps you can wall the front off with the command center. This is not one of those maps. Whoa, thanks, Neelis. You gonna sponsor me? Who wants to pay my pro gamer salary? I'll do it, guys. I'll do it. As long as you don't contractually demand results, I think we can make this work. As long as I'm not required to do anything, I think we'll be okay. Yo, man, Wizard, what's up, what's up? Was that a fumble? Oof. He's already got a lair. Early lair usually means a heavy aggression, either roaches or mutas. Yep, there we go, roaches. We called it. We read him like a book. We read him like a book, gamers. Got one of his creep tumors as well there. But we shouldn't need to make, like, turrets yet. Should be okay there. got slowlings on that. Infestation pit just finished. Good to know. Yeah, so he just did the roaches defensively, basically, to get himself up to the point where he could get to the lair, get to the hive. Alright, Nate, the only problem now is that your supply blocked. Only, he says. Boom, boom. Anybody want to smoke this roach? Oops, too late. Did I watch Running Man? Worth? I think it comes out on Thursday. I might go see it on Thursday night with Katie. Katie's days off are Thursday and Friday again this week. So we're probably gonna go see Running Man Friday afternoon. It'd be nice. I hope we get to see it that early in the cycle, right? That'd be cool. Look how much static defense he has, by the way. This guy is turtled up like crazy. This is one of the most turtled up Zerg players I've actually seen in a while. Look how much static defense he built. This guy doesn't want to play. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah, this guy did absolutely nothing the whole entire game, right? We're going to do one big push and then GG if we don't kill him. But this guy's playing like he's trying to waste our time. So we're just gonna go in for a big shove. This might be like one of the lowest static defense count games I've had in a bit, though, which is nice. Really, the key here is that I just need to make sure I have enough scans for when he comes in to knurl all the Thors. As long as I can scan him when he's trying to knurl me and I can get my Liberators sieged up on him, we should be okay. Should be okay. Yeah, the first showings of that movie are set for, it looks like Thursday. Looks like Thursday this week. But yeah, see, he doesn't. This is not the kind of guy that leaves units anywhere or anything like that. So we're just gonna have to do this his way. He's gonna try and get a big bang shebang flankerino on us, probably, right? Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really have a lot left, right? Yeah, Swarmos are not really the answer there either, big fella. Got him. Got him. No, he did try to go to Swarm Host before I pushed him, but he was a little too slow. A little too slow. But yeah, look how much static defense he made. He had so many spore crawlers and spines in all of his bases. Let's just go back a minute here, right before this attack hit him. Just look at what he's got. Look how bricked up this guy is. Right, I'm leaving my base. Right, by the way, this is like such a classic thing that happens on my stream. The Zerg player doesn't have either watchtower, even though he's got split armies. And the moment I step out onto the map is when he tries to come up to the top side on me, and tries to flank the other side. This is the only time he's set up to make any aggressive move the whole game. Was the second I stepped out on my base. I just want to say that out loud for everybody here, okay? Because it's literally what happened. So, because we can see that he doesn't have either tower as I'm on my way out. But look at the expansions that he does have, right? He's got 4 spines. He's got 4 spines and 2 spores on this base by the looks of it. All right, this is the main one. The main base has 3 spores. He's got a spine in his natural wall. His third base has 4 spines on it and a spore. So this guy was just going crazy on the static defense. Like 9 spine crawlers is a lot. And it does end up shutting down the Hellions, but you know, it's like when you take into account the investment into so much static defense with the context of like obviously the fact that he gets run over by me, then you can kind of see where it ends up being beneficial to be a little more active, be out on the map, because I knew what he was doing, because I knew he was turtling up and rushing hive like every Zerg does. It was pretty straightforward for me to skip a bit of the static defense. I didn't have to put together too much in the way of like giant walls or anything like that, thankfully. Made life a bit easier. If it makes you feel any better, Predator miniseries is literally Predator hunting humans throughout human history. Okay. Okay. See, I could almost get behind that. Anything that gives me the, like, Obi-Wan, we're gonna just needlessly expand the backstory of a character that was, like, popular because of how well a job the actress or actor originally did with it way back when. It's like, you know, that's like the anti thing. I'm not looking for exposition on existing characters. Unless you do it in, like, the sickest way imaginable. That it's, like, too easy, you know? Expand the universe. Tell a different story, something that you can still have stakes and development, but it's like once you get into watching enough like modern serialized shows, you just notice the same like 10 actors and everything, and you're just like, oh my god, there's no where's the vision? The Obi-Wan TV series was poop. Oh yeah, it was I just think they could have released the final episode of that and nothing else. Give everybody, you know, I personally enjoyed at least that little duel they had in the finale. They got Duel of Fates in there. Like that was the whole reason why I wasted my time watching that show, was for that moment. I'm not ashamed to admit that. Everything else in the show was pretty awful though, and completely uninteresting. And I don't feel like it actually added to the world at all, or really contributed anything to my understanding of what that universe is or was. It was just like, yeah, we hired a child actor to pretend to be Leia and just run around in the woods. Like, okay, what did I learn? What did I learn about this character? What meaningfully materialized for me? Nothing. I was like, okay, you know, like I just want to watch Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor rip each other's shirts off. I mean, just, you know, power up their lightsabers in front of each other. I mean, just fight. You know, and I did get that. I did get a little bit of that, but aside from that, I got nothing. You know, they served nothing. So that's my fear. That's my fear. Like, the whole cool part of Mandalorian was like the idea that there is like basically some other subsection. It's like you kind of had some awareness of like bounty hunter types from watching the movies, but like this was something that like kind of expanded a different way of like a different type of life that someone in that universe has, and that was compelling. That was compelling, especially because the movies end up, you know, you try to sanitize the characters a little bit too much. So I felt like they went out of their way to make the show pretty interesting. Like, that one was pretty well done. You fast forwarded those parts? Yeah, exactly. No, if somebody was like, Nathan, so does that mean that you hate the Obi-Wan show? I'd be like, look, if you think you care about it, just watch the final episode, fast forward to the part where Obi-Wan and Darth Vader duke it out, because that is the only reason to really watch the entire series, because they don't actually end up interacting that much throughout the like 4 episodes that it is. So yeah, there you go. Okay, they edge you until the very end, and then it's not enough. Skip as much of it as you can. Somebody's dog is barking outside, man. BRB going to watch. There you go. He has an Adept and a Robo facility and a Twilight already done. But opening Adept like that with no no Stalker. You think special teams can help make the wild card? Yeah, exactly. Nathan's my message of the day is if you don't want me. Oh man, look at that. He's got DTs on here too. Bruh. Cray. Oh yeah, no, I think we're cooked, right? That's GG. GG. Yeah, see another guy that hits me right as my guys leave my base. That's just bad luck. No scout, just has his attack show up the moment my Cyclones leave. What can you do? Just out of curiosity, can you get that heart rate to 100? Oh man, we spent the whole stream trying to get it down, but maybe if I get an email about like another bill or something being due, I could get it back up. I'm a funny guy. Now somebody's dog is going ham. He is borking. Let's try that. Yeah. What show have I? So like that was like the thing, you know. Even though I'm not really, you know, I think I've always been like, yeah, I can't believe they made like a TV show out of it, which just has some of the most questionable source material, and like it's pretty insane. It's just an insane universe in general to be trying to expand, truthfully. But the fact that they're like, yeah, we've got a tie-in character from Jack Nicholson, The Shining, is like in this show, and I'm like, well, I had no idea there was this kind of deep lore connection in between any of the things that he had ever done. That alone sparked my curiosity to look into it, you know? I feel like I actually learned something about the original material because of this spin-off show, which is like, you know, to me, that's as much as it as much as I would say I find that stuff honestly pretty disturbing, and it's not the kind of thing I really want to sit down and watch for even 30 minutes straight. But I'm like, you know, it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool that such world building exists, that there's a role for like a character from a completely different universe, but I guess not. I had no idea. I was like, that's cool. I didn't know that, you know. But like, am I gonna watch the Chucky TV show expecting to learn Chucky lore? No, I don't really want to. I feel like I never left work watching this heart rate monitor. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's above. It's a bit above usual today. I'm worked up today. I'm all worked up today. It's probably because I was hungover this morning. I did take a nap. I don't have a headache anymore. I feel really good, but I think I like feel guilty about starting my stream so late. I don't know. I don't know what's stressing me out. I don't know. Katie and I, we just you know, we had a nice snuggle sesh. We watched I think I told you guys we've been following some YouTube videos and stuff coming out. Oh, working in the medical field. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm just testing this, you know. If hey, that's good feedback though. If it stresses you out to see the heart rate monitor, that's I could just use it for horror games. But I finally got a watch with I finally got a watch that isn't 8 years old. So, you know, I felt this was something I tried to do a long time ago, but my watch battery would just die in like 20 minutes. So I got a second hand. I got like a second hand on a deal, like 70% off Apple Watch Ultra guy from like 2023. I got like the first one, and it had a 92% battery health. So I was like, I just want this so that I don't have to charge it every day. That was pretty much it. So I found a way to make that work. And the other upside to that is purely so that I could display it on stream. So the battery on this thing lasts me like 2 days, so it's not bad. Oh, Dante, take me into your inferno, cappuccino. Yes, donate the stalker. That's what it's all about, baby. Thank you. Danka. No, I started the stream at like 100. I had to get myself amped up to turn it on. You guys know it's always awful when I come back from a day or two off. Oh man, I'm not at 100% today at all. I'm not at 100% today at all. You guys have hungover victory, Nathan. Okay? The only reason I don't feel bad saying that is my team's only won 2 games this year, okay? I can't even be an alcoholic. We only got 2 wins. Do you think I drink on the nights we lose? No, because I'd be dead. Thank you. Hey, you guys, you get it. I appreciate that. Your heart rate would be through the roof if you were streaming your games. Now, the first day we did it, we were in pretty good spot. But I can tell that I'm like anxious because I always feel hot. Even though I've got the window cracked open a bunch, I've got the fan pointed directly at me. I just always have that like if you get it, you get it. But it's like, you know, sometimes it's just comes with the territory. I feel a little bit more pressure because I know I'm gonna play bad today because I didn't play all weekend, right? Or I didn't play yesterday, so. Whew. So that was close. My heart rate might have spiked on that one. It went even further. Oh, he got my evac like that. All right, GG. Let's go next. People that are just, man, I've playing a couple of Protoss players doing some super aggressive stuff today. Actually, being able to focus on the game is probably what calms me down. I'm not kidding when I tell you guys I like playing StarCraft. The more I play, the more I'm gonna relax. That's why I do it this way. I can't lie. I can't lie about that. I just got the polygraph running, I'll show. How do I handle this situation? What do I do? What is the maneuver? What is the move? Let's try that. Kayati. But no, I'm like, everybody that comes in and watches my stream is so nice and polite now. What do I even have to worry about? Nothing bad happens here. It's the matchup, TVT, okay. Your heart rate goes up thinking about progress bars that count down. My heart rate goes up when I think about Albert Wesker. Ooh, when I think about Jigsaw putting me in a trap and having to cut my own arm off to get out, now that excites me. Oof. Oh, oh, oh. Careful, careful. Where's my Saw miniseries? Call it the Hoffman Files or some shit. No, no, no. You have to call it something else. The twist will be that Hoffman's behind it. You guys know they never showed Hoffman die on camera, okay? He could still be alive. I believe. I believe. Hoffman could totally be alive. Oh? Oh, I barely missed his SCV there. Oh, he did proxy, huh? Alright, let's just go next. Getting a lot of cheese this evening. A lot of cheddar. Are we gonna have a scoreless first half? That punt didn't look very far. Oh, he missed it. He hit the side of the ball. Yeah, he hit the ball with the side of his foot. Oof. Oof. Hey, it's Sojun! It's Sojun! I play this guy every day. This guy doesn't miss. This guy never misses one of my streams. But he's actually quite polite. Usually gives me a good match, so no hate, no hate. He's just a regular. This is that guy that comes in and orders the same beer every shift, you know what I mean? Just so he can ask me how my day is going. And just watch me, you know, kind of just stare into my eyes while I talk about grabbing my golden retriever and suplexing him. Then my golden retriever grabbing me, suplexing me. Lewis's favorite thing to do is to just, yeah, he body slams me regularly. Body slams me regularly. When I get up at 2 in the morning to check if the back door is locked and Lewis doesn't even come down with me, he's like, nah, if there's a monster out there, you can deal with them. He's a Zerg. I do feel like he gets Zerg more often than not. That's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes sometimes. No, you know what stresses me out about this Jets situation, though, man? It's like, what if somebody actually gets me a Breece Hall jersey for Christmas and then we release him or trade him? It's gonna happen. It's like inevitable, right? I can't win, right? I'm like literally just trapped. I don't think there's a way out of this situation, if I'm being honest. I don't think I can escape this. What you got, girl? Alright, no lair yet. It's good. No third yet. Supply blocked into the shadow realm. Boom, boom, boom. No, I haven't had a full cold brew in like forever. I got so amped up. I drank a coffee, took a 2-hour nap, and just turned on the stream. So I'm kind of just wired. Got a nice walk-in this morning as well, for those keeping track. Did a mile this morning. Gonna do another something similar, some sort after as well. Yes, get the queens. Oh, there you go. Beautiful. Beautiful. I need another command center, probably, before I do anything else this game. Woo! Yeah, you got very little there. Whole lot of banelings for very little, huh? Yeah, baby. Got him. He tried to like Zergling drop me. He went like Ling drop into mutas. He went Zergling drop into Mutalisks. He cray. Let's look at this replay. What was his build? He was random, so I didn't do a standard opener because of that. But he sends that drone scout out very early. I guess that probably delays his hatch a smidge. It's still a hatch first build. See, I can feel myself calming down quite a bit now, actually. That Ling drop early, though. I was like, I was like, oh yeah, I saw the Overlord out of the corner of my eye, but I didn't realize it was a Dropper Lord. So he just sends it in, and I'm just grateful I didn't blow it. That Liberator had just 1 kill before it came over here, and it ends up getting 12. So how many workers did I get? I killed 17 drones by 7 minutes? That's pretty sick. It's actually pretty sick. I'll take that. Hell yeah. Let's queue up for another. All right, we got a game. I was gonna say it's not a real night. Oh, he doesn't want to play me anymore? What? Oh, was it TVT? Yeah, he doesn't play me if it's TVT. He doesn't play me if it's TVT. He queues random. He queues as random, but he only wants to play me if it's TVZ usually. He's funny like that. He hasn't played in a few days either. It looks like he just got on to play against us today. You guys notice how my last stream was 3 days ago? This guy only played 2 games yesterday, but his last ladder session was the last time that we were streaming. And now I actually took a day off because my 2 days off I took with my wife. Like, this guy's schedule follows my wife's work schedule. Because I took 1 day on and then 1 day off because of the Jets game. So just want to point out, these are the people that I get matched against when I'm streaming. I play them very often. But I was live on Tuesday and Wednesday, right? And then I was off Thursday and Friday. So he literally didn't play any games on Thursday or Friday. He played some games. He played 2 games without me yesterday, but his last ladder session was Saturday right here. This is Saturday, and then 2 further days past that I think was Wednesday. So I'm gonna guess this game was on Wednesday here. 3 days and then the extra 2-day gap to 5. So he literally doesn't play on the days I'm not streaming. That shit is inspiring, man. I literally pump the player numbers of this game up. Every time my stream turns on, the average player count in NA spikes. I own that, man. That's fucking awesome. If it wasn't for me, that guy wouldn't even play StarCraft. I feel like I'm the duck in the pond. I told you guys I think we've been seeing kingfishers. I think that's what they are, kingfisher ducks. But we got a lot of those. We got a lot of ducks. We got a lot of little baby ducks out in the pond. Every time I go out there, they're just like diving down. This morning when Katie and I went for our walk, there were a couple really close to the shore by us, and they were like coming up and fluffing their feathers and going, "Bah!" You know. Well, they're going like haw because they're ducks, but you get it, or quack, whatever. I definitely fall victim to lumping in geese and swans with ducks. I do. I lump geese, ducks, swans together all the time. It's maybe one of my worst traits. I appreciate you guys accepting me in spite of that. You don't have to, so it's pretty big of you. I tried to do another fix for the mouse drag on Windows. I tried something new. It did not work. We're doing the Reaper build this game because it's really strong, and I like it. Enough said. Let's bring the aggression, right? Let's get some pressure. Get some pressure early in this game. I don't know if I'll go to the 4 command center build or not. That might be. I got a letter from the city actually about it. My 4 command center strategy. Apparently, it's illegal to go 4 CCs. I didn't know that, but. Turns out it is. Even if you get away with it and win the game, it's still against the law. So currently embroiled in an extended heated battle about whether or not my 4 command center build is too hot for StarCraft. Yeah. Coincidentally, being a consumer in the medical field is like a spider's trap. Oh, we're getting deep. He's just saucy. He's a little saucy. Yes. Well, having to engage with the American healthcare system in any way, shape, or form is quite indistinguishable from being in a saw trap. I mean, at least if you were in a saw trap, you could probably go viral on social media and pay your bills that way, right? That's not the most sad thing I've ever said. Sorry. Just title your GoFundMe, "I'm that guy from the news who survived the jigsaw trap," you know? There, boom. That's not your guys' backup plan? Alright, then there you go. We'll go back up to 4 Reapers, so I've got a little bit to work with when we get to the Hellion phase. Maybe I'll just keep making them. Who knows? Maybe this is my destiny. Maybe my destiny is to go even further beyond. Sorry. I'm gonna do my All Might scream, but I'm not sure if you guys are ready for that yet, you know. But your kids are gonna love it. That's right. I've opened up my final Rock Lee chakra. This is it, guys. The 5 command center build. I know what you're thinking. This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. But wait, there's more. Trust the plan, guys. Trust the process, okay? All right? Believe in me like I believe in you. Rainbows do exist. Yeah, see? Just do some super psycho stuff. That's all. Look at that. Boom. That's the power. It's the power of the 5 command center build. My Twitch stream's about to get banned in the United Kingdom. What do you got? What's going on over there? Roaches? Okay. Cool, 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 cool. No doubt, no doubt. And think about the SCV production that I have access to because of this build, right? Just think about the amount of SCVs I can produce with this many command centers. I can't even build SCVs nonstop because that's how expensive it is to make 5 SCVs at a time. We're doing some crazy stuff. Your backup plan was a trophy husband? Yeah. Yeah, I've been offered that option for sure. I think that might be what I am. I'm not sure if I can tell, to be honest. Sometimes the way she pats my head and says, "It's okay, sweetie," you know, I'm just not sure. Well, he does have a pretty decent amount of Zerglings and Roaches, so pushing him will be difficult, but it's not like we can't still apply a little bit of map pressure and just kind of try to, like, keep him, you know? Keep him somewhere. We can keep tabs on him. Oh. Oh, this is it. Yeah, no, he's going. He's looking to end it. He is looking to end it. Well, hey, this is like maybe the only guy we played against today that actually attacked us. I gotta give him some points, right? That's gotta be worth something. I mean, yeah, was that like kind of a tough situation? For sure, but also at the same time, Alright, nice push. GG. Let's go next. That was like the most aggressive Zerg we've played in a little while. That guy was pretty good. Lots of roaches. I usually do lose those games because I'm very greedy and I never build tanks. You guys know Nathan's not a fan of siege tanks. My ego is way too big to build 10 siege tanks. It'll never happen. All right, we got another game. I think it's the same guy. I guess we just play greedy this game. That might be the move. If he's gonna go roaches, we could probably go like do the same thing, but just go into banshees. We'll go command center first this game and just see what happens. Oh, Jordan, is that going to count as a fumble? Your favorite build is the Ghost Medevac opener in TVZ? Right on, bruh. Right on. Any particular reason why it tickles your fancy, or just you got sick Ghost Micro? I guess they're a bit tankier now, right, with that HP buff that they got, so it checks out. Yo, 7. Just an entertaining build. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Was I incorrect in thinking you were going to stream yesterday? Oh, yeah, I was totally going to stream yesterday, but then the Jets won the game and I decided to get drunk instead, go out with my wife. Breaks up the regular Hellions in TVZ. Yeah, I feel you. That's why I like the Reaper build, so. That's why I like the Reaper build. Yeah, I was locked in on the game. And then by the time it was over, Katie only had like 2 hours left in her shift. So I watched the betting. If you guys want to know the kind of kinky shit I'm into. All right, I put the blankets in the washer, and then you know what I did next? I did the sheets. Yeah, and then I did, you better believe it, then I did the mattress protector. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you wish you balled on my level. That's what I did. So we had fresh bedding, and dried them, of course. Takes a while for those. So, you know, I had to use the time dry setting because that was easier. I'm real freaky. See, nobody would ever send a unit here this fast, but I test a little something here, and there it is. Only on Twitch. Keepo. Probably gotta get another depot here, if we're being honest. But from what we've seen out of him already, it's not like he's really demonstrated a tremendous appetite for anything other than roaches, so we'll see it. That's right, that's right. I washed the bedding, I did it all. And you know what? You know what? I even put it on the bed before she got home from work. That's right, that's right. And there were no dishes in the sink either. I'm a real freak. Well, he's thinking to himself that my base is like open now because of that. So that's just where we are. But the beauty of the situation here is that we got him to invest a little bit more into attacking us, and we were able to get away with our greed. We'll see if he decides to throw us any curveballs. Yeah, you got banelings for me, big boy? Okay, he does have some lings. I think he might bust us. I think he might try to bust us here, guys. It's feeling like a bust. Banelings just in my face. Okay, never mind. Instead, he traded all of the aforementioned Zerglings for a mule. Phew! What is he up to this game? Oh, it's a Spire. Oh my god, wow. What luck. Alright, so we got upgrades on the way. Tech labs coming in. I do still want to get one Viking, whether we actually are able to get more gas here is the really big kicker on the third. That's important. Is the heart rate monitor real? Yeah, it is. I'm using the Pulsoid app through my Apple Watch. That's sick. Hell yeah. Well, guys, I'm always trying to up the ante, you know. I really just want to make this stream and, you know, my videos and stuff good enough that you guys just, like, want to watch them all, really. That would be, like, ideal, you know. Then you're happy. You get good shit to watch. I'm happy, you know. I get to live. And what's more important is that I get to do it doing something that I'm passionate about and that I enjoy. And it doesn't have to be some sort of, like, weird... It doesn't have to be some sort of... BS, you know, like I just get to do what I want, have a good time, and hopefully entertain you guys enough to the point where you want to watch it all. That's the dream. So thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. That's right, you too, Steez. You too. You're part of this, whether you want to admit it or not. You're in my tribe. You're in my tribe. Now, he did go straight for the Hydras this game, even though he opened with the Spire, so it's giving a little bit there, right? It's giving some... Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's going to go for a huge push. That's about what I thought. Yeah, he heard what I said about how I hate building tanks, and he took that personally. That's not bad at all, though. You're a Jets fan. You aren't used to a good time. You know, those of us who have suffered in life, we know that the best of times are the ones that you make for yourself, whether things are going well or not. It is cool though that, you know, I can't relate to the kind of person who just expects things to always go well, but it is cool that there are people that can believe that way, you know. Mostly just waiting for the part where he's gonna like show up and try and pop this base, maybe. Oh, there it is. Maybe I can push through this? Maybe? Alright, let's re-expand to both of these at the same time. I think we're cooked though. Yeah, we should go next. GG. Very happy you streamed more, Nate. I thought it was over. Yeah. You're lucky. You're lucky my boss never gave me that raise he promised me. Blocking the CC was a game changer. Yeah. You missed the cool vibes music. Yeah, honestly, you know, it's so much better now, though, right? It's like people who come in don't have an expectation that I'm going to be their DJ, and that's like a lot less stressful for me. It's also just legally a much cleaner setup to use. I got so sick of listening to that stuff, man. I had that like one playlist on for like 4 years. That era of my life is over. I left it in the desert with the tank tops. Damn, lol. Damn. Orthodox? Yeah, I don't know. My family was Jewish. My mom's family, they were Protestants. They're Christians. But yeah, that's not an area I knew too much about. My grandfather practiced though. He would get us like presents every day when we would go spend like most of December with him during the holidays. So, you know, my dad would do Christmas with us, and then my grandfather would give us like a tiny present in our shoe by the door, you know? Every yeah. Yeah, I think same, Dan. I think same. But yeah, So my grandfather would do Hanukkah with us, and my dad would do Christmas with us. Oh, sorry to hear that. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. Great pickups. Engaging with chat is hard, guys, sometimes. You never know where a conversation's gonna go when you try to give sincere answers. It's an art. It's an art, I'll say that. Almost. Eh, fuck it. Oh, beautiful. Nice. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. You know he's about to send some shit at my base after that. He's gonna be tilted. I feel like I can feel my own heart rate going up after that. Ooh, bamble lamble, whoa, Black Betty. Give it to me. Pew. Pew. No reaction time. Perfect. Perfect. That's okay, that's okay. Yo, add-on is complete. Oh, he's not playing around with me no more. He's not playing around with me no more. Brother is locked in. I want his banelings, honestly. Perfect. Bring the Hellions back, repair them. Then we can make another move. That's right, milk 'em. I'll take it. It's worth it. It's a lot. I got a lot of his dudes. I don't see a Nidus. Yeah, I like that. I think we can, like, go just A-move him soon. I do feel like we're basically there. What if the planetary was, like, slightly behind where the base was so that it acted as, like, a wall? You know? I could turn the base itself into a part of the wall here. Now, this is like our classic conundrum, right? We want to make sure that the Liberators and the Hellions are on the same hotkey, and that we can kind of control them a bit separately from the Thors. That's a big deal. The idea is to just keep the Banelings off of the Hellions. Yeah, and then everything else is pretty easy. If you guys missed it, we were talking about this earlier in the show, but I went through and redid all the config and stuff for AoE 4, so I might do some Age of Empires stuff again. I haven't played it in a little bit, but I need to add another game to the rotation. Should probably just stay in strategy, right? It's a good move. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Neural Parasite. He just couldn't get there, I guess, huh? He just couldn't get there. That's tough sometimes, man. Used to build your human bases with a wall in Warcraft 3. It was pretty effective if allies would TP. Waiting on Sega? You know what I'm waiting for? The Resident Evil mobile game. First of all, they have the complete... You can actually play, like, the entire remakes of 2, 3, 4. You can play 7. You can play 8 on, like, a phone, which is nuts. Like, the actual full complete games are on phones. Definitely best use of the controller. But they're also making, like, a gacha mobile game for people who don't, like... So... You know? Mostly just hoping they do an advertising campaign for it and everybody gets paid. Since mobile games make infinite money, right? That's how it works. I got a couch for playing Raid, so I don't know. keep my eyes open and my heart clear. All right, we're searching for another game. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Happy Moon Day. Alright, this guy's named Jellyfish. Does that mean if I come into contact with him, someone has to pee on me? I always thought jellyfish were really cool, you know? They're kind of like, in a way, they're like the aura farmers of the ocean. Because they really do just chill. Pretty much anybody who fucks with them dies, so... You know, jellyfish are like... They're beautiful. They don't really get in your way. They're not like coming after you, you know? They just float, you know? They're just chilling. They're just chilling, but they look so beautiful, and it's like, I can't help but put my hand out and get stung all over and paralyzed. Yeah, the box jellyfish, I'm aware of it. That's like, you just don't mess with them, man. They're the ultimate aura farmers. They just be out here looking like snacks. And no one can touch them. Metaphorically or literally. Hey, you know what I realized about that last game we just played? I won a game, so that was nice. I think the only thing I didn't clip myself roasting his drones, so I need to like remind myself to look back for that game, get that one ported over. Yeah, I'm certainly not messing with any box jellyfish, that's for sure. You leave those things be, man. You just chill. You just leave them alone. Instead of building a Reaper, I figure I just patrol my SCV that I use to scout and just be as annoying as possible. Even if he just sends another drone or he, you know, ends up getting to take this eventually. The beautiful thing about it is that in some way I have gotten under his skin just a teeny tiny bit. Just a little annoying maneuver there. I didn't see. Is it halftime yet? Has anybody scored? Are there any? I keep looking and seeing. Like, I just feel like I haven't seen any points on the board yet here. What's going on today? What is going on? What is going on with this game? Oh yeah, I was hearing some crazy shit about how apparently there's some Major League Baseball players that were like rigging games for sports bet props or something. Or at least they were accused. Still 0-0. Yeah. I've got it up. I just saw there's a commercial on my feed here, so I was like, I'm over here scratching my head. Come on. I don't really have a stake in this one. Packers versus Eagles is like, you know, it's not really a matchup that's particularly exciting for me. I'm a fan of Saquon. I like Jalen Hurts. I'd like to see Saquon Barkley bust a big one, but seems like, what do we call these ones? Defensive struggle. Yes. Who's on my fantasy team? I don't have I didn't do fantasy this year. Didn't end up doing it. It just didn't end up happening, you know. Unfortunately, it didn't materialize. We've actually made a pretty good amount of friends out here since we moved out here. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm like getting to the point where I actually have a couple of adult friends I genuinely look forward to spending time with, and they're not just people I used to work with that live on the opposite side of the planet, you know? Like, that's pretty nice. So maybe I'll do Fantasy Football League with them next year. But, you know, the last it was kind of a journey, man. I mean, just getting to the point where we were after we moved and before Katie got the brewery job, you know, we were just trying to figure shit out for a little bit. So September and July were a little bit chaotic for us. That's why closer to October, I think I was able to get into more of a schedule with the stream stuff since. Yeah, we were both just looking. But things are good now, so. Katie is so good at what she does. She's the best. Normally, I would have Lamar Jackson on my fantasy team, so maybe I got spared. He got hurt this year, right? He was out. He missed like 4 or 5 games, I think, Lamar did. So, oh my goodness. Hydralisk Rush. All right. Damn. GG. Yeah, he just did like a Hydralisk all in. That was pretty sick. Let's go next. Hope you're having a good stream. Hey, Nature. Yeah, man. Life's good. Oh, the Eagles did get a field goal. Okay, I see. I don't know how desynced my my feed is from the live, but I'm seeing them. They're not displaying the information yet. That's like 7-10 for me right now. 9, 8, 7. So there's 7 minutes left in the third quarter, and the score is 3-0. Come on. Wake me up inside. Can't wake up. Am I right? That's a nice little pass. Good catch. Good tackle. Yeah, the defense is kind of locked in, right, for both of them. What's in your PC? So I use 2 PCs, just so you know. So like my computer that I use to game, it actually doesn't run the stream. I have a full like effects processing machine and server kind of deal. But yeah, I have a Ryzen 9800X 3D and a NVIDIA 4090. So I'm cooking over here. You know, I get 10 billion FPS in StarCraft. It's the dream. But I tell you what, Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta looks unbelievable. It's a pretty game. It's a pretty game. Any recommendation on where to find builds? You know, there's been so many build videos and stuff released over the years, I wouldn't even know where to check. I think the only people that are still making up-to-date guides for stuff like that, you could probably check out, like, Pig. I think Pig does tutorials for all the races. Maybe Loco. I don't know if Loco makes Terran guides, though. I have to be honest with you. The only Loco videos I've ever watched are, like, you know, when I see a YouTube short from him, and it's just, like, his face, you know? And it's just, like, his really overly handsome face, and he's just like... And here's a guy who couldn't defend a mine drop. And I'm like, God, I love Loco. He's so funny. But, yeah. So, I can't say I've ever watched a Loco tutorial because I don't really, at no point since like maybe 2012 have I really needed to watch guide materials, but they're a year old. Pig's guides are 2 years old. I mean, that's still relevant. As far as builds go, like, the meta hasn't changed. The meta hasn't really changed, especially if you try to play meta, you know? If you're like a missionary position guy, that's like the whole point. You don't really have to relearn it. But I guess if you're new to the game, I would say those old videos are probably still just fine because being able to execute is like the most important thing in StarCraft. Execution matters much more than strategy in a game like StarCraft. But StarCraft only rewards like truly brilliant strategy in terms of like being able to really disguise something to look like something else. But like the problem with that is you actually can't fake out most people who play this game unless they're like really good at it. So it's kind of the double-edged sword, especially when you're in lower MMR. Like people don't understand why they win or why they lose as much, and you know it can get a little bit freaky deaky. So that's all I really need to say on the subject. Sometimes if you try to strategize at too low of a league, your opponents literally won't be smart enough. Like they won't have the experience to even read your build and be like, "Oh my god, he's going to do this." And then you like switch to something else and catch them off guard. Like most of the time they're just going to be doing what you're doing, which is trying to just play one build over and over again until they get their mechanics good enough to get up to a league where strategy starts to come into play. And I would say like that's probably if I had to guess anyway, because I'm not a low level player, I see a pretty decent amount of strategy from like Diamond League players and stuff. So I don't think you have to be that high to get, you know, more interesting games of StarCraft, if that makes sense. If you like want to fake your opponent out, they might just bite, right? Especially if you're in Gold League. If you're in Gold League and you're trying to fake people out, it's like, bro, they don't even know what you were trying to make them think you were doing is. So it's like, don't overcomplicate it. Pick one build order per matchup and just do that. It really just depends. Yeah, exactly. Experience and gameplay, right? It really just depends on what your goals are in the game. Like, if you just want to have fun and dick around, you can just learn the game cheesing, right? You could learn it doing meme builds. You could learn it doing some awful shit. You could play mech builds like me. You know, you could do all the stuff, all the crazy stuff in the game, and you can get pretty far doing that stuff. There's, you know, if I'm not an example of someone, then nobody really is. So. But if you want to just play like the cookie cutter standard stuff, then you could basically watch any tournament and see all the builds. But you just got to keep in mind, like, pro builds are really punishing. Like, pro builds are designed to cut all of the corners possible. So a lot of people get frustrated when they try to emulate pro builds because they're designed for a different environment than the ladder. And a lot of people really don't understand that. High-level professional StarCraft strategies are actually not viable builds for most players on the ladder. When you play against people who do like opportunist strategies that are really aggressive or super greedy, a lot of those pro builds are designed in mind with the fact that like all those people know who each other are when they're playing in tournaments. But sometimes you have to be more defensive when you're on the ladder. Like sometimes when you're on the ladder, you just have to be more defensive. That's it. I haven't played a game on this map in forever. I finally switched up some of my vetoes. Bro, another guy just like running straight out to catch my shit, huh? Brutal. Brutal. Well, I'm glad I made the second medevac on accident now. At least I can use it. But he's already got Immortals out, man. Just cannon rush every game? Yeah, exactly. But if you told yourself that you wanted to do it as if you were trying to be a pro, like the super tryhard thing, then there actually is one build you could do in every matchup that would, if you did them all well enough, you would get to the very tippy top. There are a couple of strategies that exist on that spectrum. I would say you could just do a Reaper expand. You could do a Reaper expand into a 1/1/1 mind drop, and then depending on whether it's versus Terran, Zerg, or Protoss, you could just go bio against all three and play with lots of drops. And if you get good enough at it, you don't even really have to commit to doing like tanks or mines with it until you get maybe to platinum or diamond. Just getting really good at opening up with a lot of Marines and doing like drop harass and drop micros. I think more than enough to get you to a point where you're going to be feeling like you're actually playing the game and not still learning it. But it's all about that experience. The big lie about StarCraft is that most of the hard things in the game are, it's all about muscle memory. Like all the hardest things to do in this game are building units consistently, building workers consistently, making sure your production is never idle, making sure that your workers are properly distributed among your bases. These are all boring things, you know? It's like doing the dishes. There's nothing sexy about it, but everything comes to a screeching halt. Everything comes to a screeching halt if you need a bowl for your cereal, and then there's nothing to do it. All right, and then you realize because you haven't done the dishes in so long, you can't even put the cereal into a cup and eat it out of that. You just got nothing. You got absolutely nothing. Maybe a condiment tray. You don't want to live that life. Trust me. You don't. Logan. This guy's a big fan of Wolverine. He's a huge Marvel. Huge Wens Marvel guy. Oh yeah, see? He's totally putting Pylorinos all over the map. He's totally doing that. You going carriers for me, baby? You got them carriers coming, baby? I just have to assume he's got a bunch of dudes probably covering. He's probably just laying down pylons all over the map right now. He's putting them all over God's creation. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's a pylon palooza. It's a pylon palooza. Brought to you by Allstate. You're in good hands. You wish, bro. Yeah, build those cannons for me. Look what I did to this man. Look at the turtle he had to become. You think this is what he wanted when he went to Turtle Academy? No. He had different dreams, different visions. Instead, he YOLO'd every dollar in his IRA into open. And then it closed. And then he YOLO'd all of it into beyond. And then it went even further beyond infinity. And now the Wendy's that he used to hang out behind is also getting shut down, you know? It's tough times. It's tough times in the kingdom for some. The only thing that's really killing me this game at this specific point in time, I've been pretty lazy about my upgrades. But the nice thing is that he spent so much money on all those photon cannons and stuff, it kind of reduces my need to harass him. Because instead of like maxing out faster or having more units, he's instead, you know, invested a pretty significant amount of his resources into this stuff. Yeah, see though? Look. He can't do anything. Pretty soon I'll reveal to him that the key is actually behind his eyeball. You haven't played this in like 7 years? Any tips on coming back? Honestly, it's like riding a bike. So, you know, your knees are going to hurt a whole lot more than when you were young. But otherwise, you got this. I'm doing this crazy strategy called Sky Terran. You build Banshees, then your opponent makes 700 photon cannons. The only thing I need to make sure I do is get a handful of Ravens. But we've been allowed to get up to like 4 or 5 bases, you know, so I think we're in a good spot. I'm just gonna assume that he's probably putting like pylons and gateways and shit all over. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, we know that he didn't end up actually replacing those gateways, so that's nice. It means we were successful. I finally started my +2, which is still really, really late. I'm definitely not proud of how late my +2 is coming online. But once we have +2 attack, we should be able to just go push. No promises on if we'll win with the big push, because honestly, this has been a pretty sloppy game for me. It's a good thing my name's not Joe, because then they'd call me Sloppy Joe. Ha ha! Yeah, I got nothing. It's like a shitty sandwich. Yeah, he's not messing with that. Look at that. He took one step. He took one step into the meat grinder and he said, "Hell no." See, guys, we're good. It's coming. Good things are coming. Good things are coming our way. Alright, good things are coming our way. You always made Terrence, no problem with that. Used to be a Maru fanboy. I think Maru still plays. I think he's one of like the three competitive Terran players left. It's him, Clem, and then it kind of rotates between the other guys that are left for who's in that third spot. Yeah, most people agree that like the best Terran player these days. I mean, a lot of people are still big Maru fanboys, don't get me wrong. But the Yeah, baby. I'm just a freak, yeah. Ah, good shit. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, the Liberators do deal damage, so it's not a complete wash. GG. There it is, baby. There it is. But you guys see, like, it takes away a pretty significant chunk from his resources. Even though this game I wasn't able to like do a lot of Banshee harass. He had like the cannons fast and all that other stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's like a pretty big, people just build, even though I don't get to deal damage, there's like there's two benefits to him not letting me harass him. The first one is that I can't throw away my Banshees. If I leave them at home because he's building cannons, then I have more Banshees in the end game. Usually, I want to make sure I'm pushing with at least 6 Ravens. I actually forgot to research the lockdown ability, so that was a little bit bad for me. I don't think I got punished for it because he didn't have that many air units. Really, the most important thing was having the +2 for the Liberators against the ground. Like, that was probably the most important thing. I would have loved to poke and prod him with the Banshees all game. You guys know I love doing that stuff, but it can be tough. It can be tough when they go straight into the defensiveness. Like, look at this guy's build. I forgot he actually walked Stalkers up my ramp at the beginning. Used to always root for Jin Air back in the day. Oh, man. Dude, Jin Air Green Wings. I've got a Jin Air Green Wings jacket. I've got 2. I got 2 because I ordered one in the wrong size when I bought my first one. And I've got a large and an extra large because it was Korean size. And let me tell you, the large absolutely did not fit. Yo, I love my green. I rep my Jin Air Green Wings on a breezy day. My battery's at 2% though, so just so you guys know, we started the stream with 12%. We're about 3 hours in, so just I feel like we got a good bit of mileage out of that last 10%. I just forgot to charge it. Dude, I'm so jealous. I was like 16 back then. Yeah. No, I got super lucky, man. That was like the best thing about working in the space, you know? Like, I got to hear about that stuff pretty I didn't spend my money on much. I've always been pretty basic needs guy, you know? Have an unbelievably pimped out computer and otherwise eat grilled chicken and box salads. That's what I did for a long time. So whenever there was StarCraft merch, I bought it. I've got a couple pretty nice pieces. One of my favorites is the Muster. I have the Muster brand Terran jacket, which is it's a bomber jacket that is very nice. That's one of like my favorite things. But like that was, you know, I love StarCraft so much, man. I actually really did try to like get everything that I could for the game when I had the chance. I have to say that. Yeah, I'm finally relaxing, right? I'm finally calming down. The only thing that made me anxious was thinking about streaming because I had that like one day on and then off and then on again. So I always feel like I'm going to come in and play bad and embarrass myself, and then I get all shy. I have like my performance anxiety, and then the longer the stream goes on, I'm just like relaxing because we're having a nice, pleasant chat. Yeah, having StarCraft as my full-time job certainly helped with getting a lot of nice merch. I'll say that. Obviously, you know, some of my coolest stuff, like, that I couldn't buy. One of them I actually keep on my desk. I got my StarCraft anniversary coin, the one that they sent to all the community folks. That's one of my favorite things. I keep this on my desk to think about all the cool stuff we've done for the 20-year anniversary. They gave us all these in 2018. It's pretty nice. That, and I have a nice like Under Armour jacket that they gave us at one of the community summits. So that's a nice one I like to wear when it's not too hot out. Nice little light jacket. But I've got a big shirt. I've got a nice little sport jacket with a big StarCraft 2 community summit logo on the back of it. Oh my goodness. He's cannon rushing us. But cannons. If he blocks this somehow, he wins. Okay. He didn't block it. Well, let's just see what we can do then. This is going to be difficult, I imagine. Hey, how was your sun slay? I don't know what that means. There were not a lot of people. There are not a lot of people in the StarCraft scene that have more passion for the game than me. Every opportunity to do anything StarCraft, I've always been big on. That's how I got second place in the achievement hunt for the campaign tournament we did. That's how I got... all the commanders maxed out, you know? I love that. I wouldn't pass up on any opportunity to do or play StarCraft stuff. A bunch of people complain, they're like worried that they're gonna make a StarCraft mobile game, and I'm like, you know what? If that's what happens, then I just hope it's a fun game. I got nothing else to say. I hope if they decide to make it a mobile game, it at least is a good one. I'm sure that probably isn't a sentiment that too many folks hold, but at the same time, absolutely. I would love if they made StarCraft Clash Royale. I know David Kim pitched it to them a long time ago. We had a huge Clash Royale clan for the StarCraft people. The top players were David Kim and Grubby. Grubby was fucking sick at Clash Royale. Oh, he went charge. Alright, well, we checked. No ninja bases. So I think the most important thing we can do is just repair the cyclones that we have. We should be good. What is this micro? Should be old and arthritic like me. 1993 gang. Built different. There you go. Boom, boom. I spent too much of my childhood watching Power Rangers. And Dragon Ball. All I've ever had drilled into me was don't give up. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a mess. Oh, he recalled. Nice. Whew. I'm not really worried about it anymore. Let's just get out of here. Figured we would just scroll by his third in case he had something sussy. '93 gang, where we at? Got him. Beautiful. GG. What did he say? Share some of that youth serum, will you? I gotta screenshot that for my wife. She'll find that hilarious. See, that's the beautiful thing about being Eastern European, guys. When I was 18 years old, I looked like I was 30. And then when I was 30, I still looked like I was 30. I've seen my dad and my grandfather in their 40s and 50s. You know, I think if I keep drinking water, I think I'll be fine. I'm not too worried about it. It's fun to see the non-toxic players out there. Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun game. He tried to cannon me. Do you see that? He opened up with the forge. He had cannons on the bottom of my ramp. He was crazy. I'm just lucky he went charge lots first. If he had gone blink stalkers immediately, I think I would have been in trouble. Blink stalkers are really good against those cyclone builds that I like to do. It's kind of counterintuitive because you might think that like zealots would obviously counter cyclones, but the actually, you know what, this for some of the returning players, this is actually important. One of the reasons why I love using cyclones against Protoss is they buffed them to do more damage to light units. So if you guys remember, the Cyclone used to be that mag field accelerator, doubled its damage only versus armored. Now, mag field only raises the damage by 50%, not 100%. That said, it works on everything. So light units, non-light units, queens. So that basically this was a part of an old patch for the Cyclone maybe 2 years ago. But the Cyclone does bonus damage now to Zealots. It does bonus damage to Zealots, Hydras, Mutalisks. So it used to be that mag field was only good if they were making like roaches, or they were really good against stalkers. But that's why they're not as good against stalkers anymore, because they don't have that bonus armor damage that they used to. They used to kill stalkers in like 3 or 4 shots. Now it's like 5 or 6. But it's also 5 or 6 for Zealots, whereas for Zealots it used to be like 10 or 11 shots. So they kind of balanced it basically that if you want to use Cyclones, they can be strong against everything, but they're not going to like be super oppressive either. I think I can do stuff with Cyclones that other players can't, because I'm just very skilled with them. Exactly, Grimshank. Exactly. I got that 1993 micro. That Gosu Gaming. I'm just staring at Stukov while he aura farms out here too. It's good stuff. Oh, the birds finally got it in, huh? I think they scored during that game. Yeah, we got a barcode Zerg player. We'll go Reapers. You know, that one TVP that we played earlier was pretty sick too. We've got like two pretty good games. I got a couple highlights saved from this stream today too, so I'll have some good shorts for you as well on the YouTubes later. The egg throwing carts. You said cart. You said the word cart, and my brain just turned off there. You guys ever see the Target shopping cart like way far away from where it should be? You know, it's Sometimes those things, like, they do migrate, apparently, like birds. There's a Target at the mall. Okay, I'm sorry. We were just at the mall, so I guess that was what I had on my mind. Hate from Cleveland. Hey. Yeah, you know, I really normally. I'm not gonna like try and rub the salt into the wound. I'm just gonna say that was a pretty Jets way for that game to go. That's a pretty Jets way for that game to go. Haven't played in 8 years, but you and Uthermal got me back into it. Thanks. Heck yeah, man. You know, they started updating the game again. Blizzard is making patches. They did a lot of quality of life and user experience updates in the last month or two. So those to me are all like very bullish indicators. I personally just really like having the meta switched up occasionally, even if it is just quality of life and small type stuff, but I enjoy that there are a few different ways to approach the game, regardless of whether or not it's necessarily something that is like, you know, giving me direct improvements in terms of winning more or what have you. I'm just glad that StarCraft is getting patched, because it means that if there are issues or if there are things that we end up, you know, finding out are problematic, then something can be done. And that's always nice. Also, I did veto a map. I vetoed that map that doesn't have a Reaper Cliff to the 3rd, so that the 4cc build can live on in infamy. It's very important. Very important. Couldn't have been jetter than that. Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's about as Jets as it gets. There's a reason why the Jets and the Browns are both in the pit of misery. Dilly dilly. There's a reason. And it's because we put on games like that and call ourselves professional athletes. Yo, Will McDonald got 4 sacks though. Love to see that, don't we? We'd love to see that. How many Zerglings do you think he has? Do you think just like shaking these Reapers out on the map will make him think that he's gonna do it? You don't usually see people macro this hard with all Reapers. Yeah, I've been playing StarCraft 2 for 15 years, so you just have to imagine that I'm like creating my own Kama Sutra of build orders. Like, there's really nothing off limits here. This build is called 2 racks Reaper into 4 command center. Okay, like, you know, this is the level I'm going all out on now. The idea is that I'm aggressive enough to slow down his economy, but also greedy enough that he still has to essentially go all in to try and delay my 3rd base, which nobody ever tries because it doesn't work. So I come down here really early, turn this base into a planetary, and I already have 3 orbitals, so it doesn't affect my economy to do that. I basically just delay my factories like a smidge. But, you know, when you play at this level, it's like, you know, you kind of just have an awareness of what people can do at any point in the game. So, if he was going for the fastest night as possible, like, maybe there would be a worm building on one of the outskirts of my bases. But beyond that, I've got turrets for everything. I've got the bunker, I've got the planetary. Roaches are never easy to go up against, so I certainly wouldn't expect that to just not be a thing, right? Roaches would be the hardest thing to deal with here in this spot. But God, the number of lore videos I've watched doing deep dives on this, like, deity space turtle shit, maturin whatever. I had no idea. I had no idea the lore went so deep. I learned more than any man could ever reasonably want to about that universe. So many Zerglings. What the hell? Okay, well, it's rare. It's rare our Hellions get caught by lings like that. It's not typical, but he's playing with a huge flood style. And this is why that planetary on the 3rd is so nice, because it doesn't cost us anything, and we're just still totally safe, even though that happened. Yeah, I play Bio sometimes, but it's pretty bad, so it's like, you know. But the way that people play Bio these days, a lot of stuff has been buffed against it, so it's a lot of very slow games. The reason why I like playing mech more than anything else is because I can actually, there's a win condition, you know? It's not just my opponent has to make a bunch of mistakes and let me kill him. Like, if I max out with my army, it is very hard for me to lose. So that makes me feel like, you know, that makes me feel like I have control over the outcome of the game a little bit more than when I play Bio, and that's why I like it. But Bio has only ever really been balanced for Korean pro gamers. They don't give Bio really too much love when it comes to noobs like me. So what you got? He's got a lot of lings. Let's keep fighting him. Let's keep trading. I need to get the Hellion transform upgrade. That's the big one here. And also, what's killing me is supply. I also really don't want to just throw these Hellions away because I want to be able to push out when I get my Thor count. I'm like, you want to know how I've got the old StarCraft man hands is the mech. If I could play Heart of the Swarm TVZ, I promise, guys, I'd play Bio every game. Heart of the Swarm TVZ, I miss it. I miss it. There's just a lot of shit they added to the game that's really good versus Bio. I am not ashamed to admit they absolutely priced me out of that. This is nice. Yes. Perfect. So we get another starport or two, and we're almost maxed, so we can get out there and do our thing. Yeah, I think that's really my least favorite thing about Bio is that it's like playing with a timer, right? It's basically just playing against the clock. But when you play mech, you actually usually just win or lose based on your decision making in micro. Like it's harder to play that style, but it's harder to win playing mech. But you know, I think I really enjoy the agency that it gives me over the outcome of the game. I have 10 Thors, so I actually don't want to get too many more. I think we're ready to go. Cause I'm where you want to go, if you know what I mean. I got a ride that's cooler than a limousine. I don't know. He's either transitioning into 700 Mutalisks. Either we're going to 700 Mutalisks or... Oh, it's Ultras. Well, of course it's Ultralisks. What else? Yeah, you see, you put the Liberators on top of the Thors. And then you just have them target down the Ultras. That's really it. Don't waste your time with the Queens. Easy money. But the key is that you siege the Liberators over the Thors, because this is what boxes them out. Look at that damage. And this is what I mean. Like, if I play this correctly, it's almost impossible to lose, right? So... If you're like Nathan, if your goal was to win games, I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, honestly, Bio is just really hard to play to the point of it being unreliable. So I like doing stuff like that. In Cloverleaf pattern, yeah. I mean, he made a lot of Zerglings. Like his whole strategy seemed like this is something that a lot of Zerg players do, and it happens in Bio as well. But like, it's a consequence. It's a consequence of the way that the game is, because, you know, the Zerg players also have the awareness that bio players are on a clock. So like every game, they're pretty much incentivized to just rush straight to Hive, because like the number one way to guarantee that you lose a game when you're playing Zerg versus Terran is to try to trade with a 3-base Terran. So Zerg players don't do it anymore. Like, they all just do this. They build a lot of static defense. This is what Zergs do. They build a shit ton of static defense, and then they just rush Hive. Like, look how many spine crawlers this dude made. That's 12 spines. I only had 2 planetaries. He spent more minerals on spine crawlers than I spent on planetaries. Like, that's nuts. And if we add in the spore crawlers, then it gets a little filthy. You got to remember, there's drones. It costs a drone to make those. It's not just the regular cost. Oh, look at the game length. Exactly 1337. Oh, I should have highlighted the end of that one, huh? That's a good. Yeah, I gotta get. I'm gonna get that final fight. Put that push up on the TikTok. A good Zerg would mind control your Thors. That's one way to try. Some people try it. Some people try that. The Liberators are still pretty good. If the Liberators are pre-positioned over the Thors, it can be tough. It's important to always have scans, though. That's a really important thing to bring up. You can get mind control. That's one of the best ways to. That's one of the easiest ways to lose. If you don't have any scans, and they're able to just like mind control 7 of your Thors, the Thors will all insta-wreck your Liberators, and then like the Ultra Ling floods on top of you. Like, then yeah, that can be tough. That can be tough. There's lots of things you could do though. Like an actual like high level Zerg, what they would probably do is either A, attack faster, B, they would try to go for some sort of Viper based strategy, either to use Parasitic Bomb on the Liberators, or they would try to abduct them from the edge into a few Corruptors or something. But a lot of players, you at this point, I think especially the guys I'm playing against are usually going for, single composition. But we're not really seeing Vipers added in too much. Infestors are just very vulnerable, and they're the number one thing that I look out for. But like really good Viper play can dismantle it too. If he puts like 3 or 4 Parasitic Bombs on my Liberators, even if I spread them out, it's like, that's tough. Like, that actually is something that usually breaks me down, because I actually want the Thors to all be. I want the Thors to all be together with the Liberators, so. I've also lost to players that go with a lot of Hydralisks or Lurkers and use Blinding Cloud. People think that Lurkers are good against Thors, but unless they're like really, really clumped in a specific line, Thors actually do a pretty good job of just pushing through Lurkers. So I find that in my experience, it has a lot to do with the positioning of the army for the Zerg player. But if my Thors are spread out in a line, he's cooked. He had Microbial Shroud though. Yeah, well you have to think about it this way. Even with Microbial Shroud, the Hydralisk only barely survives getting shot by a Thor once. Like, I think something that people forget is the Thor's attack is 90% overkill when it kills the Hydra, because it gets the Hydra to 10 HP. The second volley of 80 or 70 or whatever damage, that mostly doesn't do anything because the Hydra's dead from the first like 15 hit points. So even when you use Microbial Shroud and you reduce the damage coming into the Hydra, well, you're like, it's like Vegas Vacation when he tries to plug the Hoover Dam with the gum. It's just not enough. Microbial Shroud isn't going to stop Thors from killing Hydralisks because Thors already have crazy overkill. So you're basically saying like, oh, we added 20% crit defense. And it's like, yeah, but this guy has like a 500% crit rate. I didn't even know that was possible. Like, you're cooked. Or 500% crit damage. Sorry. Obviously, you don't need more than 100% crit rate. Unless you're against an opponent, unless it's like an affinity that you're weak against, then I think you need like 125%. Don't quote me on that. You never walk into a cone of Thors. Yeah. If the Thors are all bunched up and like some of them are in the back waddling forward and they can't actually attack, that right there is where the Thor becomes really, really, really bad. Because that is its greatest weakness, is that it's dummy thick. It's dummy thick. And yeah, I mean, it causes all sorts of problems. It really does. It really does. I mean, somebody who's doing something like this, it feels like would have to be proxying a Stargate or a Robo with it. I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. Hey, Treasury. Portrait? What portrait am I using in game? Yeah, I'll take that. Oh, no, he's talking about the format of the stream. That's what he's talking about. When YouTube lets me send both formats at the same time, I will, I promise. But if I do it as two completely separate live streams, neither of them get promoted. I'm at the mercy of the algorithm. It's better. It's better for me to just send one feed than it is to run two broadcasts. If you want to look at the stream in horizontal format, I would suggest you check out my Twitch page at twitch.tv/Nathanias. But on YouTube, I only broadcast in shorts format because I get a lot of love from the algorithm for doing so. Damn. He's not giving me anything. Let's go next. Yeah, if you want the horizontal stream, go to twitch.tv/Nathanias. There's a link in the video description. I'm pretty impressed how well the last 2% was holding up. Hey, ye buddy, why not go into Marauders against Mass Stalker? I don't know. The iPhone started the 1.1 sensor. We'll only have 1.1 sensors in a few years. What are you talking about? What does that even mean? Watching this format on my phone is mad comfy, and Twitch is more comfy on your PC. Well, there you go. You get different strokes for different folks. I do have the vertical format as an option on Twitch as well. Twitch is piloting a test that I've been a part of for about the last month. So that was a part of what motivated me to get this set up and improved. But I've already been doing it on the YouTube for a little bit. Yeah, why not go into Marauders? I just don't think that, I don't think I can build Marauders and do what I want. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes in life, you just have to kind of believe in yourself and just push through and just know that it won't always work out. I think being able to accept that is important. So I'm always out here just working on my own strats because that's what I enjoy. As long as I'm like doing builds that I'm passionate about and that I find interesting and that I can kind of like tune against different scenarios and openers, as long as I'm doing that, I'm having fun playing StarCraft. So whether I win or lose, all of my games are pretty unique, and that brings me a lot of joy. It was definitely some bad luck that I couldn't get that Cyclone drop any more Value. That was rough. Both drops, right? Both. He went after both real quick. All right, looks like we got a 2-minute drill here then, huh? Packers down 7-10. Just got to get in the end zone. Do you guys think this goes to overtime? And you know, I like to think that unlike a lot of other people who make StarCraft content, I think I've successfully gotten away from the endless rage and balance whining and all of that other crap. Seems like it's still pretty heavily proliferated through the rest of the scene. I'm glad that we've like sequestered ourselves off into our little peaceful corner. I like it quite a bit. I think this guy's Zerg, so we can do our gasless expand. It's just going to take a slightly later gas than normal, though, because I want to get my factory out at a reasonably fun time. What the hell? Damn, Daniel. You didn't say you was freaky like that. You didn't say you was freaky like that. Wow. Damn. How about that? You can't stand the streamers who just complain about patches. Dude, I'm just, exactly, man. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful. People really feel entitled, don't they? People really have entitlement issues, man. We were getting nothing. We were getting nothing from Blizzard for years. We were getting nothing at all. We just got like the biggest patch probably since like 2020, you know? Like, it's good. It's good times, guys. Look, they did a crossover. They put StarCraft in Hearthstone, all right? Clearly, StarCraft still exists. They put StarCraft in Diablo. Clearly still exists, you know? They put StarCraft in Overwatch. Like, you can't say that they're completely ignoring the IP anymore. Like, you know, just because they're not going to waste a bunch of money and funnel it into the pro scene anymore because it's not profitable for them, it doesn't mean that they're not going to make StarCraft content for the people like, you know, us, gamers, like people who play games for fun. Like 99.9% of StarCraft players, they're going to target them instead. That's how it seems, right? They're trying to give us fun stuff to get us excited about the game and the characters. And obviously, you know, there's benefits for them to get us into their other games, but it's not like they can make the argument that they're doing it in good faith if they don't give us a little bit of love too. And that's what they're doing. They're giving us love. So the last thing that I would want is for somebody who works at Blizzard or somebody who's involved in whatever this resurrection of StarCraft is. And mind you guys, everything's getting resurrected these days. I think StarCraft fans kind of miss that. But literally every existing IP is getting milked to death by like every fucking company right now. All right? Like, I don't know if you've noticed that, but like literally everything that could possibly be capitalized on is being capitalized on. So it's just another reason why you can be certain that they're not going to waste an opportunity to make a few bucks from StarCraft if they can, because, you know, money's not flowing that much these days. But you got a hungry audience of RTS fans that don't have anywhere else to go. So, you know, it's going to be a long time. It's going to be a long time. He was definitely spine rushing. Look at that 12 pull. It's going to be it could be very well a long time before we have another RTS that is ever on the level of StarCraft 2. But I personally believe that StarCraft 2 is, you know, it's the sequel, and it builds upon the greatest RTS ever made. My dog is coming over. He agrees. Come here. Yeah. Yeah. Lou, he's right here. He says it's true. He says it's true. He says it's true. Yes. No shock collar. It's just cats. It's cats and dogs in outer space. That's what he's got on. He's got a booty. He's got a booty. Okay. Sorry. I get excited. I get excited when my dog's around. I love my pup. He came over. He's like, Nathan, you can't keep talking about this dumb shit on stream, bro. And I'm like, okay. Including movies. Yeah, everything. Like, if you've got your finger on the pulse of society right now, everybody's going for, it's all comfort. Everything's comfort stuff, man. People are stressed. Life is hard. There's not new IPs. There's not new stuff coming out, except for K-pop Demon Hunters. They're the only ones to break through. God bless them. Ah. Dogs. Yeah. Dogs are the best. Instantly wanted to confirm. Yeah. You guys will know. You guys will see that my dog only has occasional appearances on the stream because, you know what? You can have this one, bro. He's trying to do something freaky with me. He's a barcode. He's cannon rushing me. We get it, etc. Go next. He took my gas, man. I'm not fucking with that. Yeah, but you won't. He usually just lays downstairs by the door. He's usually just laying downstairs by the door for Kate to come home. They've been closing a little bit more consistently on time though, so I don't think she'll be too late tonight. I don't know how busy it'll be there. Maybe if this game goes to overtime, but it could be a little rowdy. He wants to play. Oh, I love you, buddy. Yeah, I know. Saying, Dad, get off the computer. We're almost at 4 hours, Lou. How about that? Let me play another, like, 2 or 3 games, and then I'll take you for a nice walk. How does that sound? Obviously, he might want to play, but he might be just trying to get my attention because he's got to go or something. So let's, I want to make sure I at least get the stream to 4 hours today, though, since I did wait. Calmest heart rate so far. Well, he's my baby boy. He's my pooch. Obviously, I'm excited to be around him, but he's just, he's my emotional support dog. My golden retriever, my love battery. It's an infinite. It's like golden retrievers are like Tony Stark energy reactors. You know what I mean? They just they never run out. Absolutely never run out of love. These dogs. Obviously, Lewis is a big fan of K-pop Demon Hunters because golden, like, he's just singing that all the time in the house. It does get on our nerves. Yeah, thank you for asking. It can be a bit much at times. Oh, birds just need a first down to end it? Is that... Do I remember when Liquid Hero won DreamHack versus Sen? Which one was that? If Hero was playing, it had to be definitely an earlier one, right? 2011? Nah. I was still in high school. I wasn't following stuff like that yet. I didn't get into competitive StarCraft scene until I started the Penn State Esports Club in 2000. 2011. But that was like, I guess actually technically it was, yeah. But I didn't really follow the pro scene that much yet. When I started the club, me and my roommates started putting IPL on the television, and we would watch pro StarCraft matches. That was when I first really started getting exposed to any of the pro SC2 stuff. And that was when IPL put out that call about I had already been streaming for a bit at that point, so I was following some stuff, but that was when IPL put out their advertisement about their caster search competition, which, as you guys may know, was that was my doorway in. That was my foot in the door for the commentary gigs. All you remember is Beyond with Reaper Micro. What is the all-around best Terran builds? I mean, pretty much everybody still does the same thing. But yeah, 2010 then. Yeah, no, that was way long ago. I was in 2010. 2010, that was like junior year of high school for me. I graduated in 2011. I started doing most events. Most people probably remember me doing the IGN. I did the alternate cast for Pro League. That was at the end of 2000. Was it like the end of 2012? But my first actual pro event that I commentated, that I got like hired for real for was June 2013. DreamHack Open Summer. It was the first DreamHack on StarCraft 2 StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm. It was the first DreamHack on Heart of the Swarm. By that point, I was doing a lot. I was doing most of the WCS Europe remote streams. I was doing a lot of those. That's what I was mostly doing in my days. Casting WCS qualifiers and whatnot. You won the Team Gravity show match for a huge $10. Yeah, exactly. I had show matches against Destiny. I played show match against Fenner. I finished second place. in the StarCraft 2 campaign achievement hunt competition, which somehow had the largest prize pool of all time. It's good times. Yo, Dynasty, well met. Hope you're doing well, brah. Now, the first time I actually met Jeff, I was fanboying over him, so... Because I saw him at an MLG back when I was trying to compete still. Before the casting stuff happened. My Viking. My Viking. What do you guys think? Is he gonna... Is he just gonna turtle to ultras? Is that what this is? Or is there a potential for some aggression? You're gonna crash out after this game? Good looks in games. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I got to wear my nice hat today. I got to wear my fun hat. This hat is the nicest piece of Jets merch I own. Since all my jerseys are in the old design, make me want to cry every time. Sam Darnold on the Jets, seeing ghosts. Sam Darnold on the Seahawks, one of the best first halves by a quarterback in terms of completion ever. 4 touchdown passes, 16 of 16, perfect quarterback rating. I mean, it's just not fair. Where was that guy? Where was that guy when I needed him? Nos vamos. I didn't see any, oh, he does have a Nidus. Okay. Okay. Oh, he like killed my command center. All right, yeah, let's go next. Sorry about that, guys. Sloppy. Field stats this year beyond that, even for him. He is playing about as bad as he's played his whole career. We know that he's a freak athlete with great hands and great legs, but I mean, 6 of 11 for 54 yards and an interception is pretty horrible. And his touchdown pass, that 42 yards, that was all Brees. Brees caught that behind the line of scrimmage and then ran 42 yards past the line to score. There's not a lot of good things to say about the tape for Justin. If you gave Tom Brady all these Jag receivers, he would be lighting it up. So it's no excuse. The matchup is TVT. I missed another spam call in case you guys were curious. But we'll probably end up sticking with Fields next year. I don't think they're going to trade for a quarterback. It looks like they want this number 15 guy from one of these universities. They've been scouting him pretty hard. So we'll see. They'll roll the dice on him. It doesn't seem like it's a quarterback-heavy class, so maybe they're thinking that he'll fall, or I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea what to expect. The fun of being a fan of a dumpster team is that when you make logical conclusions, you actually get further away from reality. Well, there it is. Good game. Backup in a bunch of places could be an improvement over Fields. Well, it's like he's definitely good at running with the ball. But yeah, we need somebody that can throw. I mean, Brees Hall's got a better touchdown pass, I think, from last week than Fields yesterday. Ty Simpson? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really watch college ball too much, to be honest with you. I've got enough going on, but all I know is his jersey number is 15, and I've seen some edits of him, but I haven't seen him in his actual uniform. I've only seen edits, so I don't even know what team he plays for. There's just one guy that they've been sending their scouting team to go check out for a little bit. College fan base is pretty legit. Yeah, I went to Penn State. I went to like 2 home games when I was out there. I went to Joe Paterno's last game. I never got into college football because I didn't really like the whole, they couldn't profit from their own labor, and people make millions of dollars on them. Like, I always thought that was really fucked up, honestly. Like, I really hated that aspect of college football. So they did eventually make it so that players, are able to, if we have to live in this hellhole shitty capitalist bullshit forever, you might as well go all out and let the people actually, profit off of their own fucking face. Seems only fair to me personally, but whatever. We got a million BS rules for other things. But yeah, they did end up changing that. The problem is, you know, it's like, unfortunately, the college that my wife went to just doesn't have a football team, and I can't really say that I particularly want to watch Penn State play every week. So I'm just not. Yeah, I don't know. If it's on and I'm like channel surfing, yeah, I'll watch a bit of it. Sometimes I put it on a Saturday. I'll just put on a random game, but I can't say like I pay attention to it. A lot of collegiate teams aren't competitive at all, so there's still a lot of games that are like just watch some guys get stomped 45-5. Jackson Dart, yeah, no, he's been doing well this year. Been really impressed with I still think it's crazy. I still think like the Daniel Jones is just crazy how he's been. Oh my god, he didn't even repair. He actually attacked it. He killed it faster. Oh, be still my beating heart. Oh shit. Oh, look at that. Thank you for the gift subs. Yeah. Guys, I sniped his starport. I sniped his starport and he was battlecruiser rushing me. Oh. That's funny. Oh man, that's funny. Oh, that's crazy, man. What a game. What a life. What a life, huh? He had a battlecruiser on the way. How close was it to finishing? How close was it to finishing? Oh my god, guys. His battlecruiser was at like 99% when I killed his starport. Oh. He actually... Right here, I'm not locked on. He could have repaired, but look at the SCV. Look at the command card. Do you see on the command card? You won't be able to see it on mobile, but these SCVs are attacking. He literally attacks. He attacked. He didn't repair. He didn't repair. He attacked it. And his battlecruiser is like 2 seconds away. I can't. It's actually the funniest thing I've seen. It's actually the funniest thing I've seen in a little bit. Literally, the only reason that his battlecruiser doesn't come out is because he accidentally attacked his own starport instead of repairing it. I only barely did enough. Okay, well. Shit, man. That's funny. I don't think that's ever happened. See, like, guys. Yeah, he did the final blow, exactly. That's what I was saying. Just look again. Look again, just how close it is to finishing. Just look at the progress bar. Look at the HP. Look how close this gets to finishing. And he brings the SCVs, but they don't repair. He attacks it. They're attacking it. And the battlecruiser literally has like maybe 5 seconds left, and instead of if he had like let it burn and if he had just like missed it and just right clicked them there and they didn't do anything, I think his battlecruiser would have finished. Like, I think that's the magic of that. He literally only didn't get the BC because he killed his own starport. You can't make this up. Sometimes, like Usher said, sometimes you just gotta let it burn. Oh. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, I think that does it for me. That was funny. That was really funny, guys. I'm really glad we all got to share this experience together. I hope you know that sometimes. I hope you know sometimes if I, man, I really mean it when I say one of my favorite things about playing StarCraft, even after all these years, is still every once in a while some crazy shit I've never seen before happens. And this is another one. I will definitely be posting a short about just this. This was great. I'm gonna combine the gameplay and try to cut it really quickly into the replay. So try to do a little bit of editing and get both the live and then the review of it without it being like more than 30 seconds if I can. So yeah, wow. Yeah, I think we actually got some great content today. We had some really good moments on the stream. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm going to take my dog for a walk and make sure the dishes are done before my wife gets home. You guys wanted to, someone said he wanted to see his camera. What was he looking at when it happened? Here, I'll give you the last view. This was his vision. This is what he was looking at. So this is his camera. Yeah, I think the problem was he was microing his units and then like he didn't realize he was going to lose the starport. Yeah, look, he's clearly trying to micro the cyclone and then that happens and dude, the fact that he GG'd here was incredibly impressive. Oh, he didn't GG. My bad. I forgot. Yeah, I would have thrown my mouse through the wall too, buddy. I get it. You did try to battlecruiser rush Nathanias. Like, you know, that's like trying to use a spirit affinity against magic. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Anyway, you guys are cute. Thanks for hanging out with me, okay? I really appreciate it. For real, though. Somebody gave out like 5 subs. That's so sick. Thank you. Bless you, all right? Yeah, Katie should be home in like hour and a half. So I got some stuff to do. I love you guys. Deuces. Be back on tomorrow, probably around the same time.